Okay.
Welcome to the 2017 debate with living in the South is better than living in the North. We have the affirmative team and the negative team. And on the affirmative intro, we have Evan.
Living in the South is much better than living in the North, because living in the South you have way lower house prices than in the North. Also, it doesn't snow in the South, so when you can't have snow days for school and you won't have to make them up during either your breaks or over the weekends. Also, you don't have to buy winter clothes during when it snows. Also, there's no Lyme disease because the ticks that were there aren't in the South.
With the negative intro, we have Abby.
Living in the North is way better than living in the South, obviously, because you don't have to live in the heat, and you can bundle up and wear warm clothes and under next to the fire, drinking hot cocoa, watching a movie, and you can go snowboarding, skiing, things that people in the South would love to do, but they can't because they live in the South. That's why it's better to live in the North.
With the affirmative rebuttal, we have Samuel.
Okay, so Abby said that you don't need to worry about the heat, but you need to worry about the cold. And I would much rather have to deal with like it being hot than it being cold and having to plow the snow outside. And fire can be a little bit hard to start. And anyway, you can make a fire, get hot cocoa and stuff in the South too. Just because it isn't cold all the time doesn't mean that you can't do those things.
With the negative rebuttal, we have Abby.
Samuel said that he had to worry about the cold. Well, during the summer, it is about 90 degrees in Florida. Well, in some places in the north, it's about 70 degrees. So it's not always cold. It's just sometimes cold. And it doesn't snow all the time. So you don't have to always just shovel out and shovel your lawn. But you do have to cut your grass all the time in the South, and it rains a lot in Florida. So you have to deal with all the rain, and sometimes sometimes hurricanes happen in the South, and that actually makes you have to miss school and then make it up during the weekends and during the breaks.
With our affirmative conclusion, we have Samuel.
Living in the South is better than living in the North. You see, the South it's better. It has, okay, sure it has hot temperatures, but it's better than the cold. And even if there are hurricanes, those barely ever happen, and they happen in the North too. You don't have as many diseases in the South as you do in the North. And you don't have quite as many dangers, because in the North you could slip and fall on ice, even though that's a little bit hard to happen. But it could happen, if we're talking about how hurricanes could happen in the South.
With our negative conclusion, we have Aiden.
In conclusion, the North is much better because in the South you can't go skiing, snowboarding, or sledding at all. And you can't build a snowball or go to have a snowball fight with your friends. That's why the North is better than the South.
And that concludes our 2017 debate.